In this video, I'm going to be giving you an exact tutorial on how to create Instagram Reels in 2022. So if you're curious how to create your Instagram Reels within the Instagram app and the editor and how to film and edit and all of those different things, we're going to go over every single feature in this video. And before we jump in, I do want you guys to know I have a free online class called How to Grow Your Reach, Followers, and Customers with Instagram Reels. So if that sounds interesting to you at all, the link will be down in the description. You can join and sign up at any time. And now let's go ahead and jump into the tutorial. All right, guys, so I have my Instagram app pulled up right here, and I'm going to use this to walk you guys through exactly how to create a reel. So what you're going to do, you can go to your bio. There's a little plus icon right up here. You can tap on that and then simply tap on reel, and it brings you right into the reels creation part of Instagram. You can also go to your home feed, swipe over, and at the very bottom here, you'll see there's like almost a little carousel of different words, and you can just tap over to Reels and it will bring you to the exact same place, which is awesome. The first part I want to mention right here is the little audio icon here at the very top. If you tap on that, you can search for music and all of those fun things right in here. You can even tap on saved right here and tap through your saved music, and if there's anything there you might want to use. I do want to mention that getting access to popular music, you typically have to be a creator account. So if you are a business account and having trouble with getting access to this, consider switching to a creator account because usually it gives you access. The one right below it, so see where it says 30 with like the little circle, if you tap on that, that's where you can change the length of your reel from 15 to 30 to 60 seconds. You do want to mention here that you need to make sure you change that before you start filming a reel, because you can't go back and change this afterwards to make it longer or anything like that. So just make sure that it's the exact length you want. And a lot of times I will even just set this to 60 seconds if I'm not even sure, because even if you film less than 30 seconds, like it's not going to really affect anything. It's just, going to give you the option to shoot a little bit longer. So I always prefer to do that. Right below that, if you tap where it says 1 times, it's where when you actually are filming a reel, you can change like how quick or how fast a reel is. So for example, if you do like 2 times or 3 times or 4 times speed, you're essentially able to film a time lapse in your reels. If you do 0.3 or 0.5, you're able to film a reel that is like a slow-mo reel. So if you're interested in that, that can be super helpful to do right within the Reels app. I'm just gonna go ahead and leave it at 1 times. Right below that, you'll see like these like 3 little stars icon. If you tap on that, it's actually the effects, and this is where you're able to add an effect when or before you start filming. So you cannot add effects after you have filmed an Instagram reel. If you're filming within the app, you have to do it before, or add the effect before you start filming. So for example, I'm gonna go ahead and tap over to my saved filters right here. This is like my favorite one, Everyday by Lauren Fair. I'm just gonna go ahead and turn it around real quick so you guys can see. So see how it has like a filter on me right now, and I can even go here. Let's see, I need to go to saved effects, and I can tap through the different effects that I have saved. So you see how it adds it to the video, but you have to do that before you film again, because once you have like filmed a reel, it won't let you add it after the fact, which is kind of a bummer. I wish you could, but that's just the way that it works right now. Right below that, you'll see a timer icon. So if you tap on that, this feature is really handy. So what you can do is essentially it counts down for you to start filming. So this is really helpful if you have your phone set up somewhere and you have it like on a tripod or something, or on a ring light, and you want to get yourself situated and set up before it actually starts filming. This is super handy, and you can even tap on where it says countdowns. Here there's a blue 3S. If you tap on that, you can also change it to a 10-second countdown. So I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on 3 seconds. The other thing I wanna mention here, see how there's like a little like oranges pink box around like the length of time here? If you tap on the very, very end here and drag, you're able to change how long the timer is going to go for. So for example, if we do, let's do just 3 seconds here. So it's a 3-second countdown. I'm going to set timer. And if I were to hit film, which to film, you just tap on that middle icon right here with that Reels, or if you have a filter on like I just did, you just tap on that middle icon to film. So if I tap on that, it's going to do a 3-second countdown, and then it's going to film for 3 seconds. So 1, 2, and 3. And there you go. And then you've got your reel part, that part of the reel filmed. And you can just do that as many times as you want to continue filming a reel, which is super handy. A couple other things right here. There is the flash icon. I don't honestly even really use that. If you have good lighting anyway or a ring light, you shouldn't even need to have your flash on. And then the other thing I want to mention here, so right below that, after you film a video or upload a video within Instagram Reels, there is the align feature. So if you tap on that, you're able to line yourself up with the last frame of your last video that you filmed, which can be really handy if you're doing like transitions and stuff like that. And I actually have a really popular transitions tutorial here on my channel. We talk about Reels a lot here. So if you haven't already, subscribe and watch that transitions tutorial afterward. We'll put a link down below if you want to go ahead and jump over to that. And we'll obviously have it linked in the description so you can jump over afterward. But that's typically where you would use the align feature and where it's super handy. So I also want to mention here to actually, so that clip we just filmed, if we want to go ahead and delete it, you can actually tap on the bottom left to the left-hand side of where like the film record button is. If you tap on that and then tap on the clip, tap on the little 3 dots and then hit delete. And then you're able to discard any clips right there. And it's just really helpful. So the other thing too, you can also tap and hold on the record button to record. So you don't actually have to, use the timer feature if you don't want to, or you can just tap it once and it will also record. And then last feature here that's really important to know, you can simply just swipe up right here and you're able to literally add any photos or videos from your camera roll, which can be really, really helpful. So I'll just tap on this boomerang right here. And this is where you can add or decide like how much of the video you want to add. So maybe I just want to add like the first little section. I'm going to go ahead and tap on add right here. And then it just adds it to your video, which is super handy. Same thing with photos. So let's go ahead and add this photo. You can change how long. You can see like this is 1 second, 2, 3. So let's just do a few seconds right here and add. Perfect. Okay. And so the next screen that we're going to go ahead and hop over to, we're going to hit preview in the bottom right-hand corner. And this is where you can adjust your different clips that you have or things like that. And so, if you tap on edit clips at the bottom, you're able to tap through your different clips. You can tap through like how long or how short they are, which is super handy, especially if you're doing like lip sync reels or something like that. That can be super helpful. And you can even like, again, go through and if you need to delete anything, like if I want to discard these 2 right here, just because they're not of anything. And you can also, again, at the bottom, there's a few different options here. You can add clip. So if you want to go back and keep filming or add another clip from your camera roll, you can absolutely do that. Another thing, let me go back, is you can tap reorder and you're able to just tap and drag and reorder the order of your clips, right? Which is super helpful to know how to do. Okay, so then the next thing that I usually do once I get to this screen is where I'm adding text. So to add text, you either just tap anywhere on the screen and the little text icon will pop up. You can also tap the 2 A's in the upper right hand corner to add text. And this text function works the exact same way as Instagram stories. So if you're already familiar with that, you're already familiar with this. So I'm just gonna do something really simple like, hey guys, which is not really something I'd ever really put in a reel, but you know what, it works. So, okay, so basically, a few other things here. You can also tap on these different icons up here. Honestly, I don't really use a lot of these features as someone who makes a lot of reels. They're just not really that helpful. But you can add things like GIFs. You can add things like closed captions to your reels. If you are like doing a face to camera reel, that can be really helpful and just making your reel more accessible to more people. You can also there is the ability to add some effects after the fact, but it's very limited in the amount of effects. And it's basically like I can't go to my saved effects and add from there, which is like super frustrating. So it just seems to be super random, and it's just better to make sure like you add your filter before, right? Because you don't know like if you're actually gonna have access like what filters, but there is that option here. If you do want to go through and like add one from there, you totally can. The other feature I want to mention here, and this is probably one of the most important features, as someone who has taught literally thousands of people to create reels. This is the number one thing you need to do. Anytime you're creating a reel, when you are done adding your text, when you're done filming your reel, make sure you hit that little downward arrow button, okay? So tapping that downward arrow button is going to save this reel to your camera roll. It does not save it with any audio that is not your original audio. So if you are using a sound or music from Instagram, it will not save it with it. But the important reason why we save it is because Instagram tends to just glitch up a lot when it comes to drafts, which is something we'll get to here in a second. So if you are saving your, Reels to your drafts to post later, if you sign out of Instagram, if you delete the app, if Instagram drafts glitch up, you lose your drafts, okay? So you wanna make sure you're always saving your finished Reels to your camera roll, because I am a huge fan of batch filming, which is something I talk a lot about here on my channel. And doing this gives you the ability to essentially batch record and also save them to your camera roll and have them later just in case something glitches up. And so if you do have to add it back later, you will have to like navigate in that audio section again, add that sound back, but it's way better than having to redo a bunch of Reels. Okay, so I just wanted to mention that because I get a ton of DMs from you guys about just losing your drafts. Okay, so now let's go ahead. Those are the main features that I personally use on this page. Now let's go ahead and tap next. And so this is the last page that you'll see before you actually go to post a reel. So this is where, okay, so at the top, see how there's like a screen grab from the reel? If you tap on that where it says cover, you're able to tap and drag right here. You're able to see or to grab a screen grab if you want. You can also tap add from camera roll at the very bottom, and you can just literally add a cover photo that maybe you created outside of the app, right? And I actually sell, I have 50 Canva cover photo templates I sell in my shop. We'll also link that right down below this video. And if you want to download those, it gives you 50 templates you can instantly customize and add your own brand colors and all of that, especially if you want to keep more of a consistent feed. So those are the ones that I personally use, and I literally use them like almost every single day, and I absolutely love them. The other thing here too, you can tap on where it says write a caption, same function as if you're writing a caption for a post, right? You can type your caption in here. Under where it says share to reel. So I always like to toggle on also share to feed. What this will do is not only share it to the reel section of your bio, but share it to the main feed of your bio, okay? So doing this also will push it to your followers when you first post a reel. So if you don't toggle this on, your followers won't see your reel in their main, like when they're scrolling on their home feed from the people they follow. So it's just a really good idea to be able to get that initial, like interaction from your audience, right? And we can also tap on crop profile images. This is where, again, if you want like a certain portion of your reel to be showing up, you can scroll and literally like select a part. You can also use 2 fingers to zoom in on different parts of the cover photo if there's like a certain part of the cover photo that you want to be popping up. But for now, we'll just leave it like that because that actually looks good. And then you can also hit tag people. You can tag different people that maybe were in the reel. You can, if it's your original audio, so maybe you are doing a reel where it has your audio in there, you can tap on that. You can actually rename it. So if other people are using your audio, it kind of has like a name to it, which is super cool. You can even add locations now, which is incredible. So if it was at a certain location, like say you went to Disney World or something, you can add a location to it too. Another thing too that Instagram is playing with is doing bonuses. So if you do have any active bonuses that you are have active on your account, this is where you can add them to your reel. I don't have any that are active right now, so that's pretty much it. You can also tap on advanced settings right here. There's a few different options here to also push your reel to Facebook, or you can also add a paid partnership label if you are doing a paid sponsorship with a brand, which I highly recommend adding that. You kind of should be adding that if you are doing a sponsorship. And then the last function here that's really helpful, obviously at the very bottom we have share. So that's just gonna share the reel to your feed, right? And I wanna mention that before you do that, the one thing I always double check is that here on where it says cover, that it has the cover photo that I want to be showing, okay? So when we are adding our cover photo, sometimes it might take a while to load and it's kind of grayed out or transparent. You wanna make sure that it's fully there before you hit done, and that you literally like just double check and make sure like the profile image is exactly where you want it to be, because Instagram is changing this. They're slowly rolling it out. So by the time you watch this, you might have access to this feature on your account. I just got access to it, that after you post a reel, you can actually go and update your cover photos afterwards. So if you are, sharing a reel and you make a mistake or the cover photo didn't load, you can go back to it and change it later. But not every account has access to that feature yet. So just double check and make sure, because you might not be able to change it afterward. You just want to make sure your cover photo is set and good to go. And then to share or to save your reel as a draft. So if this is something like you want to go back to and post later, you go ahead and just hit save as draft at the very bottom. And then to find your draft later, you just navigate to your bio, swipe over to the reel section of your bio, hit drafts right here, and then you're able to literally just pull up that same exact draft. You can tap edit in the upper right hand corner, and you can also, the cool thing is too, you can tap edit clips at the bottom and then go to add clip, and this is where you can continue to film. So maybe you started filming a reel at one point and then you want to come back later and finish filming it, like if you're doing a transition on 2 different days or something like that. This can be super, super handy. So, and then, you know, once you're done like doing all this, again, great example, the cover photo is now grayed out right here, so I would just want to make sure that I'm tapping on cover and I have the cover photo selected that I want, that it's like actually showing up, even if it's not loading super well right at that moment. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe to my channel because we talk a lot about Instagram Reels over here, and we have literally like dozens of videos for you to binge watch if you're trying to learn Instagram Reels for 2022 and trying to implement it to grow your brand online. So again, we'll be sure to link some of those most popular videos right below this video so you can watch and learn all the things about Reels. And again, if you haven't signed up for my free Reels class, there is a link right below this video. You can sign up and instantly watch a class on more of the strategy behind Reels and how to grow your reach, followers, and customers with Reels. And so it's a 1-hour class, and you can learn basically my top tips on how to do those things to help grow your brand. And again, you know, hit subscribe, like this video. Both of those things truly do help to support my channel for more people to see this video, and it truly just means the world to me. And I love having you guys hang out. So I cannot wait to share more next week on Tuesday, and I will see you guys then. Bye guys.